We are going to do a battery load test. Now this is probably the most useful of all the battery tests that there is. This particular test is really good because what we're going to do is we are going to use this machine right here, this load tester, or sometimes called a carbon pile tester, to actually load up the battery, to make the battery work, to see how much current this battery can put out, or maybe more accurately to see if this battery is capable of putting out the amount of current that it is rated for. If a battery won't put out the current that it's supposed to be able to put out, then you never know what might happen in the cold weather or some other time when you are in a situation where you really you're really relying on that battery. So anyway, this particular battery tester is a Ferret 44, pretty normal battery load tester, nothing too special about it. It's got some special features with some buttons here that relate to exactly the way you perform the test on here, but we're just going to do this the old-fashioned way. We've got the tester hooked up to the battery, as you can see, and this battery is fairly old. It's probably at least 6 years old. It may be 7 or 8 years old. So it has been in this vehicle for a very long time. Now we've got our positive and negative cables hooked up, and that's good. In order to do a load test with a tester such as this, we need to see what the cold cranking amp rating of the battery is. And if you look right down here, you can see on the label it says 550 cold cranking amps. And that's important because that's going to relate to how we load this battery. When using a load tester such as this one, we are going to actually apply a load on the battery equal to 1/2 of the cold cranking amps. So that means that we take half of 550, which is 275, and we are going to apply a load to this battery. Now there's one more thing that we need to hook up, and that's this clamp right here. This is the amp clamp. This is the thing that's going to measure the current that we are flowing through our machine. We need to clamp this around one of the wires that will actually be carrying that current. So it's coming out of the battery, we know that. It's going to go over to our machine. So one of our cables here, one of the cables from our tester is the one that we're going to clamp this thing around. Now you might ask the question, which wire do we clamp it around, the positive or the negative? Well, the truth is it doesn't matter because we have set up a simple series circuit. Our load is going to be our machine. That's our power supply, so we have wires flowing to and from the load from the power supply. In a series circuit such as this, current is the same everywhere, so it doesn't matter where we put it. We can clamp it around this wire or we can clamp it around that wire. Now you'll notice on our amp clamp there's a little arrow and it's got a plus. What that means is that that arrow should be pointing to the positive battery cable. So if we put it right here, it should be pointing to the positive battery cable that way. If we put it on this one, then it should be pointing to the positive that way. All right, doesn't really matter. Like I said, I'm going to put it right there. Honestly, where that arrow points doesn't really matter either, because the only thing that's going to make a difference is when you look at our amp numbers up here, there'll be a minus sign if it's backwards. Okay, well, no big deal. Now I'm gonna disconnect that real quick because I want to do one more thing. I am going to zero out the amps. So I'm going to hit amps 0 so that we can be as accurate as possible, and then I'm going to reattach our amp clamp right there. All right, now we should have everything ready to go. So to kind of give you a rundown as to how this is going to go, I'm going to dial up our load by turning our load control knob, and I'm going to turn it until our amperage gets pretty darn close to 275 amps. All right, if it doesn't get right to 275, not a big deal. We don't really want to go over that. We want to be really as close as possible. But I would say if we get in the neighborhood of between 250 and 275, we're doing pretty good. turning the load on, we want to hold that load on for about 15 seconds is about how long we want to load this battery. We don't really want to go any longer than that. 15 seconds is the length of any battery load test. We also want to watch our voltage, because our voltage should not drop below 9.6 volts. If voltage drops below 9.6 volts at any time during the test, we're going to back the load off and we're going to call the battery bad, because it should not drop below 9.6 volts. Okay, here we go. We are going to load this battery up to 275 amps, and we're going to watch that voltage and make sure it doesn't drop below 9.6. Right now it's at 12.5, just sitting here at rest, which is good enough. It needs to be at least 12.4 really to get an accurate load test. So I'm going to turn this knob and we are going to load this battery up and see what happens. I'll go 15 seconds roughly. I'm not going to necessarily count out loud, I'll just be counting in my head, which should be good enough. And let's see what happens. So load is increasing. Here we go. And you can see we're up 220 and we're already down to 9 volts, 8.9. I'm going to turn it off. Now let's watch that voltage and see how well it recovers. It failed the test, but if it doesn't jump back, it doesn't get back up to 12.4 in, a matter of a minute or two, then we're going to call this battery bad for sure. The battery should be able to take that kind of a load. And we didn't even get up to 275. It fell down pretty quickly once we approached about 200 amps. And it looks like the voltage is recovering fairly quickly. We're almost to 12.3. So moving along like this, I'm going to say that this battery is most likely bad. 12.31. 12.32. Let's take a look at another battery, one that I would say is going to be in much better shape. I've got a battery sitting right here. And this is a much bigger battery. This one here has a cold cranking amp rating of 880. So we're gonna load this battery up to somewhere in the neighborhood of, well, 440 amps. If we get up to 400 amps with this load tester, that'll be pretty good. A load tester like this, that's pushing the limits of what it can do a little bit, but it ought to be able to handle it. So we're at 12.6. This battery is fully charged. I'm going to pull the amp clamp off and zero it out. So there you can see our amps are at 0. Let's load this one up. Climbing quick. 475. Too high. Close to 400. Still at 10.4. Ready, and that's good. Okay, so this one the voltage dropped down to about 10.3. If you watch the recovery rate here, it looks like it's recovering pretty well. So this battery is good. So really the difference between the two is on this battery, our voltage stayed above 10 volts, well above 10 volts, which was good. And on the other one, it didn't. It did drop below 9.6 within 15 seconds. So this is the best way to test a battery, because we are literally loading the battery. We're literally making that battery work. We are making it perform. And there isn't any other battery test that really is as accurate as a battery load test. So you have to have some means of loading the battery, a carbon pile tester such as this one. You have to have the rating of the battery, and then you just have to know that half the cold cranking amps for 15 seconds don't go below 9.6. If you do, that battery's bad. The only time you need to pay attention or you need to understand that there are some exceptions is when the battery is cold. So these batteries are sitting inside the shop here, room temperature. They're definitely not cold, but if you'd just driven this car in from outside on a winter morning and your voltage dropped a little below 9.6, you could probably forgive that. You want to keep it, on a battery that's really cold, you want to keep, you could probably go as low as between 8.5 and 9 volts, and it would still be okay. But anyway, battery load test is a very good test, probably the best test there is for checking a battery.